What's happening, everybody? Day 8 on Dave Sullivan's road to the 2021 New England Championships for Arm Wrestling. New England Arm Wrestling Championships. Oh, again, I'm doing this after, I don't say a long day because I hate when people say that. Oh, it's been a long day. No, your fucking day wasn't any longer than anyone else's. It's just yours sucked. You just wasn't very productive. If it was long, you were doing something you weren't happy with. So, my back feels like 100% today. It's not because when I move certain ways and do certain things, I get this twinge. Like it tells me, hey, something's wrong. Like a minute ago, I was just sitting on my, watching TV, and I had my leg a certain way, and I was sitting a certain way, and where I had a hernia surgery, right around in my hip here, I didn't have the belly button one. I had one over by my hip. Felt like it was like pushing. Something was inside was pushing, and that's really the inflammation of my back pushing on my pelvis and all the things around it. So it's not. It might be inflamed, or there's still something wrong with it. It's definitely not 100%. But Jesus, I was able to get in and out of the car today. I was able to demo. I have not had a problem doing anything Muay Thai wise. Switch kick, all my moves are great. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Muay Thai because most of you guys have no clue what I'd be talking about. Yeah, my back. I didn't have to overcompensate one side or the other. I could just sit I could even sit with bad posture, which is what I really shouldn't be doing, and it still didn't bother me. So the chiropractor is working. My awareness of this injury and my being proactive as far as like having better posture and not bending stupid and stuff like that. I see it. Has been great. Resting it, trying to just but staying mobile. I honestly think being mobile is the best thing. I may have mentioned an awful knee injury I sustained a few years ago. It was just shortly after I was fired from this bullshit gym that I tried working at for like 8 years. And the guy running the place was a complete phony. He's still in business now. He'll always do good because some people just don't know any better. They don't know, if who's phony and who's not. But so I tried teaching Muay Thai at this guy's place, and long story short, he's all pissed off, fires me, basically because I'm teaching Muay Thai and he doesn't fucking know it. He's trying to pawn off whatever striking he has as Muay Thai, and it's not Muay Thai, it's garbage. So I was fired, and for doing what I was supposed to do, which I thought was funny. I've never been fired for doing the right thing before. It's oblivious to me. So my buddy Brian and I, sort of a team at the time. He was like my number one student. Really, we had nowhere to go. We didn't know what to do. Like he was, gung ho on becoming a fighter, and I was gung ho in trying to help him get to that level. So we knew people that belonged to this gym called Greater Boston Fitness. It's this disgusting, awesome gym. The best gyms are always the shittiest ones. And so he gets a membership there, so that's bringing me in as a guest. And there was, I guess, there used to be like an MMA program there, and there was a big space where there was bags and people were hitting bags. So I was like, all right, we'll just fucking, we'll come in, we'll go up there, we'll hit pads, we'll move around. And then people started to notice, and they started asking us, hey, do you guys do this? And so, like my usual routine, no matter where I go, I always seem to round people up and get people together and interested. Or I would just see people hitting bags, and I would see them doing hitting it poorly, and I'd say, hey, you train, you like MMA, you like this, blah blah blah. I said, hey, why don't you see what we're doing? We're pros. And so I trained Brian like every day for like 2 years, like every 7 days a week we trained. We had nothing else to do. We didn't have I was out of a job, had nowhere to go, so that changed shortly after. But so in this time, we're just sort of doing our thing, and I went downstairs, and I remember I had a finger injury, and we were going to go downstairs and deadlift a little bit. So I started deadlifting, which was a weight that I would normally. I mean, it wasn't even a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of weight. It was like, I don't know, 450 or something like that. It wasn't even a lot. And because my finger was broke, I couldn't get a good grip on it. So my left side overcompensated, and I had this really awful deadlift pull. I've never done this. I ripped everything inside my left knee. Everything. This thing was like the ACL, NCL, NAACP, the NHL, all the acronyms were destroyed. And I remember getting out of bed the next day, and it was like the size of like a watermelon. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "This thing's dead." Like, I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta, and I'm like, I can't go to the hospital. I can't. Like, I can't do it. So I just threw some ice on it and just threw on a knee brace, and I just kept fucking moving. I just kept teaching and walking and just doing this stuff, and then elevating it when I could. Blah, blah, blah. And this thing like fixed itself. I have like this bionic knee now that never gives me a problem. It somehow managed to fix itself. I don't know how it did it, but it did it. And I don't know where I was going with this. I believe it was because I stayed mobile. Had I just sat around all the time and been idle, I don't think my knee would have healed in the proper fashion. Like, moving around, it was basically signaling my body to, it was like, hey, this guy's still working on this thing. So if we gotta, the knee is, the brain is telling the knee, well, you gotta get stronger, fix yourself so this guy can keep walking around because he ain't letting up. So I think that was kind of like that with my back too. The more mobile I was, the better my back was. And because I found myself being really miserable, just sitting and uncomfortable, and I would actually just stand up and eat. I would just walk around the house and stuff like that, go for long walks. So I'm on the mend. This is great. I'm gonna, hopefully it's looking good for Sunday, so I can practice with my team and get back in the swing of things. Well, I think we're doing super matches, which is cool. I don't know who Josh is gonna give me, but I'm gonna give my best. I'm gonna try not to pull too crazy. I'll do this super match, but I'm going to try not to pull too crazy. Again, my shoulders have been giving me trouble, and until I see that orthopedic surgeon, I'm sort of on my own. So I can't have them be hurting too much. I need fresh arms for this tournament, which is October 30th. So, yeah, great news, man. My back is like, it feels incredible. It feels incredible. Like, I just... Man, it's unbelievable. Like, I can get in the car, in and out of the car, I can move. I'm still babying it a little bit, but it feels really good. Davis Square Chiropractor, she just, Abigail Rovnak, she's my own personal Jesus Christ. Just really helped me out. So that's my update for the road to recovery and the road to the New England Championships. Thanks for tuning in. No change in weight. I'm going to be going into this thing, a heavyweight. I'm 280 pounds. I'm going to be, probably one of the heaviest guys there for my team. But, I promised my coach that I would at least try to be 240 by next year, at least for nationals for summer. So we'll check it out and see how it goes. That's if I even do nationals. I mean, I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of just going, again, trying to find my identity in this sport. Try to learn as much as I can. Trying not to compete too much. I want to compete at something I can handle, And also, it depends on where nationals is. Do I have the money to travel? Do I have the money to, it's pay to play. So, those factors come into play. My money first and foremost goes towards my son Jack's endeavors, which is fencing. He's one of the best fencers in the country on several levels. So I have to make sure that he's getting to his tournaments. He's getting the hotel room, the flights, and everything he needs. The arm wrestling kind of comes second. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate some of the feedback you guys are giving me. It's really cool. I've never done anything like this. I don't even like when other people do them. Like, I'm like, who the fuck cares what they have to say? Even if it's a close friend. Like, I have friends that have invited me to their, hey, listen to my podcast. I'm like, I don't fucking, I'm not interested in what you have to say. You can call me and tell me, and talk to me about things if you want to. I don't have to listen to, a podcast. Just people droning on. Like, look what I'm doing right now. This is garbage. Like, why the fuck would somebody want to listen to this? I got to keep these videos shorter. But for those of you that did watch it, thanks so much. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Support arm wrestling. We need more women in the sport too. We got to get some women in there pulling on that table. Give it a try. I mean, if you've never done arm wrestling in your life, come train with us. Come stop by and come train with us. We got new people all the time. It's a lot of fun. Okay, all different ages. We got teens. We have all ages, all groups, all shapes, all sizes, all different background. Everybody is welcome at the Arsenal of Arms. Okay, and I'm very proud to be part of this team. I'll be wearing my shirt proudly at the championships. Again, thank you so much, guys. I'm feeling so good. My back's feeling better. I feel great. Talk to you later.